Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from the beautiful Carolinas. Today's topic is going to be who the narcissist looks for. Think about that for a minute. Everyone, if you like the content, please like, subscribe, and share. So who does the narcissist look for? The first thing they look for, that is the narcissist, they look for a person who does not know what narcissism is. They look for somebody who is naive, somebody who has a high level of empathy, someone who is trusting, someone who perhaps is giving to a fault, maybe even a people pleaser. They're looking for someone who they can mold. They're looking for someone who they can shape and to shift their energy. The narcissist is looking for somebody who is vulnerable. They're looking for someone who is new to the community, or who is new to the business, or new to the hobby group, or new to the school. The narcissist will latch on to anybody, and I mean anybody, that they believe that they can take from. And when you were in that relationship, I can assure you, you were vulnerable. Maybe you were even new in the area. Maybe you just got divorced, which is another thing the narcissist looks for. The narcissist looks for deaths in the family and ending of relationships. So let's focus on divorce for a minute. If you are divorced, or you were divorced, and the narcissist who you did not know was a narcissist knew this, well, now they knew that perhaps you were missing romance, or missing intimacy, or missing being with another person, i.e. a significant other. Well, that is what the narcissist looks for. Another thing the narcissist looks for is if you had passings in the family. Example, let's say your spouse passed, or a sibling, or your mom or dad or somebody, and the narcissist caught wind of this. Well, they now know that you are what? 1, they know you're grieving. 2, they know you're missing that person. 3, they know you're vulnerable. And 4, they know that they can get as close to you as you will let them in a state of weakness, meaning you're grieving, you're processing, you're letting go the relationships of the people that passed. And this is how the narcissist will infiltrate your life. It's not exclusive to these examples, but these are some of the key ways the narcissist finds people who are vulnerable and who don't know what narcissism is. So what the narcissist looks for, aside of those things, they look for people who will believe in the mask, who will believe in the words that the narcissist is telling them, and who will believe that the narcissist is the best person since sliced bread. The narcissist will paint their past any way they want to, and they will tell people fibs, lies. They will make up stories about what happened to them or what didn't happen to them. They will throw their exes under the bus. They will say that they didn't have a proper upbringing, or maybe they'll say that they had a great upbringing. Maybe they'll say that they went to the best university when they never even graduated 8th grade. They will say anything that they can to get people to listen to them and to believe in them and the mask. And many times the narcissist is always looking for people who will give to a fault, which means who want to elevate or pick up the vulnerable narcissist. But what you didn't know, or what these people didn't know, is the narcissist was playing people. They were acting like they were vulnerable. They were acting like they were a victim. They were acting like, woe is me, and I can't catch a break, and I just wish that just once a relationship would go the way I wanted it to. Well, when you add up all of these pieces of the puzzle, specifically post-narcissistic relationships, you realize that you were played, you were manipulated, and that you provided utility for the narcissist. What that utility was, you can figure that out. Probably you were putting a roof over their head. Maybe you were paying their tuition. Maybe you were making them look good, i.e. you were arm candy. Maybe you had access to beach clubs or to events or to concerts, etc. Maybe you were the person who was there to regulate the narcissist. Maybe it was a long distance relationship and they would text you or call you and say, hey, I just need some more of your time. I'm having a rough patch here. And they were draining your energy. And then when it was your turn to talk after a 20-minute phone call that turned into 4 hours, well, then they would say, I've got to go, click, bye. And then you would be left empty, but they just got topped up. You see, this is what the narcissist looks for. They look for those people who will continue to give them chances over and over and over again. And the narcissist always wants to appear one way, and they want to play any person that they can to have them believe the way that they're playing it. Example, when the narcissist is married, do you think that that is a loving, stable, healthy relationship that the narcissist is in on their behalf? Not even close. The narcissist looks at the wedding ring as a license to abuse. I've mentioned that in so many videos in the past. That's why the narcissist is always looking for the spouse's replacement. Maybe somebody to keep on the side. Maybe people to keep on dating apps or social media, etc. This is what the narcissist is looking for. They're looking for more people to trap and to keep stuck in that narcissistic fog. The narcissist is looking to keep people who are vulnerable and who have high levels of empathy trapped where they want to place them. The narcissist is always looking for money. They need money. And what do they love more than money? They love your money more than money. That's why many times the narcissist will claim poverty, or they haven't been able to pay their phone bill. If you just give them a couple dollars this month, and they may be able to get on their feet next month, or just put a roof over their head for a couple months and they'll get a job eventually. Well, they never get a job. You're now putting a roof over their head. You're not only paying for their phone, but you're not paying for their food. You're paying for their gas and maybe even loan them a car, etc. Next thing you know, the narcissist has ingrained themselves in your life, and it's too late. You see, this is what the narcissist is looking for. They're looking for a host, because the narcissist is a parasite, and they want to glom on or latch on or suck on a host. This is what they want to do. And when they get that host in place, meaning, let's say that you moved in together, you got married, you had a child, you went into business, you relocated halfway around the world, whatever you did to do something with the narcissist, that's when they knew they had you. And many times the narcissist is looking for these 3 words, very powerful words. I love you. When the narcissist hears those words, they now know that the heavy lifting has been done. They now know that they got somebody to fall in love with them yet again. And they now know that this person, which probably was you, didn't know where you were. And you didn't realize that you had fallen in love with a narcissist, a person who does not have the ability to love, a person with no empathy, and a person who is trying to keep you stuck and trapped in that relationship as long as they could extract your resources. When the narcissist hears those words, I love you, what it does is it gets their pupils to swell up to beach ball size of pitch blackness. They now say, I did it again. And it only took me 3 months this time. Last time it took me 9 months. I'm getting really good at this. I need to continue to manipulate people and continue to keep people on the line. But right now, I need to act like I love this person. I need to act like I really do care about them, because if I can get them to tell them they love me, which I just did, maybe wedding bells will be around the corner. Next thing you know, we will officially be married. And after that, I will begin to abuse them the day after we get married. And before they know it, meaning the person watching the video, it will be too late. And they will be caught up in the fog, and now they're in love with me. And I will punish them for being themselves. I will punish them for telling me I love them. And I will begin to take their time, their money, their energy, their effort, their relationships, their health, their hobbies, their work, their focus, their clarity. I will take it all and more. And I will drag this out insidiously, slowly over time. But the shift has happened, because now that this person told me that they love me, I now did my job. All I have to do is bat my eyelashes at them, or hold their hand every once in a while, or keep them strung along. And when I will do this, I will continue to do it until I get exactly that person placed where I want them. Example, the wedding bells. Once those wedding bells ring, it's game, set, match. The narcissist is now in control. Once you divorce the narcissist, it's checkmate, you win. That's when the narcissist can no longer get their grubby little fingers on you, your resources, your money, your assets, your relationships, or anything, because that's when you finally wised up. You broke the tethers. You broke the 4 tethers, the emotional tether, the financial tether, the physical tether, and the spiritual tether. And when you divorce the narcissist, it's not easy. It is a very challenging, debilitating, trying, taxing, draining process to go through. But when you do it and you're finally out of that relationship, and all the assets have been settled and the custody's been decided, and you no longer have anything in common with them, meaning legally, then you're in a great spot. That's when the real healing begins. But aside of that, what the narcissist looks for, they look for people to keep trapped. They look for people to keep stuck. They look for people to be the unpaid helper. They look for people to apologize even though they did nothing wrong. They look for people to keep on making excuses over and over and over again for the abuse that they are experiencing. The narcissist looks for people to ignore their instincts and not trust their intuition, and to ignore red flags. And the narcissist also looks for people that no matter what they do to that person, they will always be there for them, because that person, which probably was you, was caught up in the narcissistic fog. And again, you didn't know what narcissism was. You had no clue. You thought a narcissist was somebody who was just looking at themselves in the mirror a little bit too long. Well, that's a little part of it, but it's not really what it is. What narcissism is a self-serving person who wants to destroy other people's lives. And not just other people's lives, but all of their relationships, all of their time, money, health, energy, everything I talk about. So what the narcissist looks for, they look for people extremely vulnerable, extremely new, extremely naive, empathetic, kind, loving, committed. That's another one. How about commitment or trust? The narcissist has no commitment and lacks trust, but what they want is they want someone who has a high level of trust and commitment. So they know that that person, and probably was you, that you're not going to quit on the relationship, and that they can do whatever they want to you during that relationship to punish you and to abuse you and gaslight you and stonewall you and give you the silent treatment and triangulate you and etc. But that you're committed and you will not go anywhere because perhaps also you were committed and you were trusting, or you had a high level of trust, but also let's say that you were married to the narcissist. Well, there you go. The narcissist now has you where they want you in that web of manipulation. And the narcissistic relationship isn't exclusive to romantic. Let's say one of your parents was the narcissist. Well, your childhood probably wasn't what you wanted it to be, but it was what it was, and you probably weren't nurtured by the narcissist. But the other parent, if you had two parents, the other parent, my hope was they were a healthy, stable person, and they did most of the parenting. But then again, you had to break the ties from your own parent, who turned out to be a narcissist. It's not an easy task to do, because when you're being peppered with abuse at a young age, all the way up until and including when you're an adult child, or you become a young adult, that's a very difficult thing to wrap your head around, because you were trusting in somebody and committed, and that was one of your parents who turned out to be the narcissist. But again, the narcissist knows who they are and they know what they do. They're never going to do anything other than call other people the narcissist, and that's a clear indication that they're the narcissist. And no, that doesn't mean if someone calls someone else the narcissist that they are. What it means is the narcissist cannot be accountable. They can't introspect, they can't look within themselves, and they can't change. They can't do anything other than things that serve themselves. That's why, again, using the adult, the parent, as the narcissist. Let's say you're grown up, say in your 20s, 30s, 40s, whatever age it is, and your adult parent, who's the toxic narcissist, is still trying to get you to come in for holidays or for their birthday, or send them Amazon gifts, or do something, or they lost their cell phone, could they just get the newest cell phone? Well, you've been doing that your whole life. Why should you do it again? Well, in the old days, you would think that you should do it because you're their child, or even adult child. But now you don't owe them anything. Yeah, they gave you life, but you've paid a large price tag to get this far in life because you were peppered with abuse throughout your upbringing. So you don't owe them anything. Understand what I'm sharing with you. The narcissist is everywhere, and who they look for are people who they can prey upon. The narcissist is a bully and a coward, and they will be one person to the general public, which means everybody on the exterior, and they'll be somebody completely different behind closed doors, or on the phone call, or in the car on the freeway when you're driving 90 miles an hour. This is what the narcissist does. They cannot regulate themselves. And when I say regulate themselves, I mean they can't do anything other than let the toxicity out into somebody else, which at one point was you. But it wasn't just you. It was anybody they surrounded themselves with. And throughout that relationship, when you were a part of it, when you were in it, you experienced micro discards throughout the body of that relationship until something broke and something snapped and something gave. And that was the ending of the relationship. Either you were discarded, and my heart goes out to you, or you ended it yourself. My heart still goes out to you, but that relationship was not sustainable. It was going to break and end one way or the other. You didn't know it back then, but then again, you didn't know what narcissism was. Now you do, and you do. And now you understand that you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And there's no room in your life for toxicity, specifically at the hands of a narcissist or somebody even worse. That's why you need to stay in that cocoon of boundaries, insulate and protect yourself, heal. Take your time, focus on yourself, conserve your energy for yourself, and realize that if where you are today is where you want to be, congratulations. If where you are today is not where you want to be, well, there's work to be done. We are all on the healing path, each and every one of us, headed in the same direction, simply taking different footsteps. I may be 20 feet in front of you, you may be 300 yards behind me. It doesn't matter. The point is we're all headed towards that mountaintop of indifference, the pinnacle of indifference. And many of us have arrived there. Some are almost there, and some their journey's just beginning. But stay the path, stay the course, continue to focus on yourself, and realize that you were targeted. And what the narcissist was looking for was you. The narcissist saw your beautiful, bright, shining light within you, and they tried to use that as an energy source for their leg, one leg of their life, which was the length of that relationship, and they did it. Unfortunately, that's what they do. And I wish that you didn't have to go through the narcissistic relationship. I wish I didn't have to, but I did and you did, and that's why you're here. That's why you're either topping your cup up or getting your cup full. And that's why you're understanding that you are a very important person and that the narcissist was looking for you. And you may say, well, yeah, I wish I didn't go through that relationship. I could have avoided it if I just did one more thing, did something else different. There was no other way. You had to go through that relationship, no matter what you think. That relationship was going to find you one way or the other because you were targeted, and it may not have been that narcissist that met you, but it would have been another one. So don't stay stuck in the past. Don't predict the future. Stay in the present moment. Live in the here and now. Control what you can control. Continue moving forward each and every day, and realize what the narcissist is looking for. They're looking for anybody they can manipulate, anybody they can destroy, and anybody they can steal from. That was you for a period of time. It's no longer you. Now you can have boundaries and say no, the strongest word in the English language. And remember, when you say no to something or someone, you are saying yes to yourself. So everyone, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from the rainy Carolinas. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon, evening, or morning. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. Remember that. You are not alone. I love you all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to make this one short because the train in the background. Stay focused on yourselves. Control what you can control. I love y'all. God bless you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye, everybody.